Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are back with another video on how to solo this Kommo-o 7-star raid that's live this weekend. We're going to be using Deddy Kong, the Annihilape. We have used him before. This is definitely the quickest build to be able to farm Herba. So Ghost Tera Type, holding a Shell Bell, pretty standard. Rage Fist, Focus Energy, Low Sweep, and Bulk Up. We're just going to use the Low Sweep at the start. You want Defiant as your ability, but it doesn't really come into play. You want to have an attacking nature and have attack maxed out for EVs. Special defense doesn't matter. I would put it in defense if I was you, but I didn't want to spend the mats to change it over. So you don't really need it. You're fine anyway, but that would be the primary thing to use. So this is definitely the fastest way to farm this, guys, to get your Herba Mystica. This is what I'm going to be doing this weekend, and I also love a chance to break out my shiny Annihilape. One of my favourite Pokemons of this generation, and it has been pretty dominant in these raids. So you do want to get an Intimidate NPC. It's just going to make this so much faster, although you don't need one, but it definitely helps. So he's going to open up with that Intimidate, which is going to help straight off the bat. Kommo-o is always going to use Clangorous Soul, which is going to up all of its stats, which is fine. That's where Low Sweep comes in. We want to even it out with the speed. That is huge. I think the first person I saw use this was Osiris, so shout out to him. Go check out his channel if you haven't, but I'm assuming you guys all have. He's going to hit us with a Dragon Claw typically first, then you're going to go for a Low Sweep, which is going to drop his speed. We do get a little lucky with a crit there, but pretty irrelevant. You're going to see the speed fall. This kind of evens it out and allows us to set up our build, basically. So shield goes up here at like 95% or something ridiculous. It goes pretty early. You're going to then go into a bulk up. So basically we're trying to get our Tera up after we kind of set up our defenses. For now, he will reset your stats around 60%, I think it is, 60 or 70%, which is fine. He's basically going to rely on Dragon Claw for this one, which is pretty easy for us to negate. You're going to want to go for a Focus Energy, which does allow higher chances to get crits. This will also stay throughout the build. It doesn't matter if you get knocked out, it won't go away. And that is the same for our Rage Fist buff, which will go up every single time we use it, which is great. You're going to see the damage continue to go more and more. It caps out at power 300, so this gets quite strong towards the end. I have had runs of this where I've cleared it by half the time. Sometimes it's, you only have about a quarter left, but that's fine. Basically focused on using Rage Fist there to get your stacks of Tera up, and then you're going to want to go into Tera Ghost. You will be a little bit low on health here at the start, guys, but you should be pretty safe. Use a heal here if you feel like things are getting sketchy, but you should be fine. So going to go for a bulk up here off the Tera. This will basically make it that we won't take much damage. Typically you'll be around the 50s health wise, so this is what I meant before about having special defense. You could change it to defense or HP, but this is an old build, and I kind of wanted to give you guys a build to use where you didn't have to use mats, because I feel like we're changing stuff every week, which is a little bit annoying, especially if you're like me and you can't be bothered farming too much to get all of those mats. 54 health. It will remove those negative effects from itself, that's fine, pretty irrelevant except for Intimidate, but obviously that Pokemon's going to keep going down, which means it will keep applying Intimidate, which is fine. If you get 2 Intimidate users, guys, this will be over in a heartbeat. Get a little crit there, not too helpful at this stage, but crits can play a huge part of it later. That will get our health back up to around that 230 mark, which is great. Dragon Claw, again, it's pretty consistently going to hit Dragon Claw, guys. When it uses Clangorous Scales, that is really good for us because it's going to lower its defense, which means we can get a little bit extra damage off, but it does reset its own stats several times during this, so it's helpful in the short run, but nothing massive. So there we go. The shield's about halfway down. He's going to continue to spam Dragon Claw. He's going to hit... Did I say Clanging? I got confused. Clanging Scales, not Clangorous Scales. He does hit us with a crit here, which actually messes it up my run a little bit. I probably would have gone for a bulk up on that one, but I felt like I needed to get a bit of health back just in case I got unlucky and it gave me a double crit. You probably can go for bulk up there, guys, instead of using Rage Fist there, which would have got more damage off in the long run. That's fine. We're back in the safe zone for health, even if we do get crit. Hits us with the Dragon Claw again. You can see it's doing no damage, but this is when he does reset the stats on our side. So about 60%, guys. We're going to want to go straight into a bulk up. This is where that speed kind of comes into play. Bulk up here will make it that we're not getting too much damage from these attacks. He potentially will hit 2 Dragon Claws in a row, but it depends sometimes. I did get hit last time with that. Go into a bulk up again, guys. He won't reset your stats again, so you could, if you really wanted to, bulk up to the max here. but I kind of just go back and forth between using Rage Fist and Bulk Up. So we should be at +3 now for both attack and defense, which is great. We're going to start to be able to do some serious damage here. This run I don't get as lucky. I did mention that I had been clearing this for a little bit before deciding to do the video. Some runs you will get incredibly lucky and it just kind of everything works out and you're going to absolutely dominate. I think I did have him hit Clanging Scales twice in a row after breaking the shield one of the times. I think if that had been a crit, it might have been the case for this run, but that is still super easy, guys. Going to hit us back up to max health there. Dragon Claw again, only doing about 30 damage, which is fine. Clanging Scales there. It is going to lower its defense, which is fine. There we go. Another Rage Fist. Should be a decent amount of damage here. But yeah, if you guys do get lucky, you will potentially crit and get a huge chunk of damage done. I seem to slow up here on the crits, which is a little bit annoying. Does break his shield here, so he will go into that kind of next stage. Typically he will remove the effects from himself and then hit a Clanging Scales again. Seems to not do it this time. I thought they were set, but I swore last time I did it he hit one, unless it was just the timing was a little bit funny, which is potentially true, guys. But this definitely seems more consistent than my slow road build from yesterday. That was a really good build. You kind of do huge damage in the end, which is really cool to see. But I know a lot of you guys like using Annihilape, and the question always comes up in my videos, can you solo this with Annihilape? I love bringing out Diddy Kong. Shiny looks really nice. And obviously love the name. So gonna hit him again here, guys. Should do a decent chunk of damage. We might get lucky. No, if we got a crit, potentially we could have taken him out there, but likely 2 more hits, guys, and we'll have him down. So that's what I mean. This one can be incredibly quick, or it can be a little bit slower at the end here, but it is the most consistent. You're not relying on any RNG. You can tank basically all crits. As long as you have an Intimidate user with you guys, you'll be able to easily, quickly solo this one to farm that Herba. We're kind of nearly towards the end of the life of this game, which is pretty crazy to say. I can't believe how many years have already gone past, but we are kind of getting, it seems like, this last burst of pseudo-legendary Pokemon. So we'll kind of continue to put up these videos, guys. If you have enjoyed this video and you do like our content, please give us a like and subscribe. If you haven't already, it really helps out the channel, guys. We just hit 1,300 subs, and I just wanted to say thank you all very much for the support. Hopefully you guys can use this to farm some Herba, which I don't get here classic, but I did get some before. As you can see, nothing there. But keep using this one, guys. Easy solo, easy farming. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.